Marcus Robert Johnson here. This wall is gonna get on my nerves. But I would like to talk about athletics, talent, and hard work today. It's gonna be a bit of a ramble possibly, but let me see where it takes me. I just want to talk about what you can do as a young man or woman, or maybe someone that's, you don't gotta be young, but as somebody that's what you can do if you're not already into athletics. If you want to get into sports, boxing, football, swimming, golf, hockey, anything, I'm gonna tell you how you can do that. And this is more targeted for the people that have no background in sports. So my friend that I used to work with, keep up with him, the homie Ed, what up? He was just he got on the swim team at his high school, and he was asking me like, he was just brainstorming ideas like how to get better faster, because he's like me with softball, where when I started learning how to play softball, I had no experience playing it. I had no experience doing it. So everything I learned, I played softball with my friends at my job for about, this is my 5th or 6th year now. And so I'm 26 now, and I had no experience or knowledge of how the game was played or anything. So how can a person that maybe they didn't grow up doing sports, they don't understand the sport, but they just want to get into something, meet people, and they just want to have something to do, how do they get into it? And it's going to come down to repetition. Any person is going to get good at anything with repetition. Now, if you have no fundamentals of the sport you're trying to engage in, if you have no knowledge of the sport you're trying to engage in, no matter what it is, it's going to be very important that you have a good coach or you have a good teacher to show you these things and to show you how to do them right. I'm just going to use swimming because that's what it was for me when I was explaining to my friend. And like, right off the bat, you're not going to be wanting to, I don't know anything about swimming. So you just let me slide with this, people. Let me slide. You're not going to start off just backstroking it off the back, right? Like most people, we learn how to swim, we learn to do the doggy paddle first. Then we get a little more comfortable, then we can try some other things. Then we get comfortable and that's easy, then we're doing these. Then that's easy, then it's easy, then we're on our back. All that, I'm just saying. So, right? So my point is that it's not enough to like read a book or go on YouTube and how to do. You have to have someone there, a good teacher or coach with you, telling you how to do it, correcting you when you do it wrong so that you can practice correctly and keep building on good practice, good fundamentals. Because talent kind of comes into play with what you're naturally able to do and what you are able to create with your imagination. So the best advice I think I can give any person getting into athletics and they already don't have a background or knowledge of it, have someone that's willing to teach you the very basic and fundamentals of that, whatever it is. And you have to practice those. This is why a lot of people quit the sports they start out. Because everyone thinks, like, if you think it's like a movie montage where you're gonna train at the bag, they're gonna show you, then the next scene they're gonna show you running, and the next scene they're gonna show you doing push-ups, and then magically, in the course of 10 minutes you become an awesome ultimate fighter. When really, it's a montage because all of those things take many weeks, months, maybe years for each people. They just show it real quick in the movies, and so people think they can do that, and they get discouraged. So what I'm telling you is that a lot of practice. And this is why you kind of have to enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy the sport you're trying to get into, at least a little bit, why are you going to practice? Practice is not fun. Practice is hard. Especially when you're doing it right. If it's not hard and it's extremely fun, I'm going to tell you that you're just doing a hobby right now. You're just doing it for fun. Yeah, but it's not in competition. You're just doing it for the pure enjoyment. I box for pure enjoyment, but I also want to be better. You can swim for pure enjoyment, but if you want to beat or compete well against other teams, you got to practice well. And so my point is that It's a lot of practice. And the better you want to be at anything, this is the bottom line. The better you want to be at anything, you have to practice it often. If you practice something every day, you're going to get really good at it. You get really good at it. That's why it's important to start at a young age and build up, right? That's why you want to start soon, because guys like me, who was 20 and got into softball, maybe I had a lot of natural physical talent from boxing as far as quick reflexes and things like that, or being able to not get tired, or just overall durability, willing to take chances, willing to fall down and dive, things like that, backs up, makes me look kind of better than what I really am. I didn't know nothing, but now that I have the basics down, I look like a decent softball player. I wouldn't say that I'm good and great. I still have problems hitting the ball and stuff, but on the outfield, I do a decent job. Catcher, I can do a decent job. I can hit at plate now. I hit the ball like, I'll say 3 out of 5 times now, where before it was like 1 or 2. So for me, it's good. And again, this is purely for fun. I'm not doing this to be great at softball. Just doing this for having fun, talking shit. But for the swimming, because he's doing it for fun, but also it's a team thing. So they're training to practicing to win, and or at least compete at a high level and do well. So if you really can take it as far as you want to get it as an athlete. As far as you want to go, as far as you're willing to take it, as much as you're willing to sacrifice is as good as you'll be faster. And there's no real true shortcut. Talent will give a hard worker shortcuts compared to some people that maybe they have to work a couple weeks longer, a couple times more repetitions. Maybe they just get it. Their body just kind of gets it. Because the person that has been doing sports from a young age is going to have a lot of natural, but developed talent and experience. So even if they were just playing around every day with friends, if you're just wrestling, if I'm wrestling with my little brother every day my whole life and my friends, even if it's crappy technique and it's not real, I'm gonna experience situations over the course of my young life, kid and teen, that even if I wrestle against a random person that's never done it, I'm gonna crush them. Now I'm gonna get crushed if I try to wrestle a high school wrestler or NCAA wrestler, yeah, because they've taken it to that next level. But what I'm talking about is very basic. Is that if you kind of been doing these things your whole life as a kid, and you're a teenager, late teens, early 20s, and you get into something, you have to work a little bit harder, because a lot of people have been doing these things as kids. Like, it's natural. It's nothing. They don't think about throwing the ball. They don't think about catching. They don't think about diving. They don't think about punching. They don't think about running. Like, these things are kind of, their muscle memory is there. Their mind is there. They've been in situations. So that's kind of where you need the coach or a teacher to take you to the next level, because it's going to be really hard to see past your scope. Like, for my boxing, I've been so good at doing defense and backpedaling and moving around that I kind of left some of the other things alone. I didn't work hard on them because I was getting by on my natural talent and ability on a smaller level. But once I started going to these national tournaments, I'm having a harder time because I didn't practice some of the things I should have practiced over and over. So that's why I'm telling you, practice, repetition of good fundamentals and good basics with someone that's watching you and is not going to lie to you is the key to growing in any sport you want to do. So what is talent? Maybe I should make that another video. But I'm just going to tell you that, our height, our weight, our metabolism, reaction time, everything we do every day in our life from a young age kind of attributes to our talent and what our body may naturally be able to do. If you ever read a book called Blink, your mind is always taking in information, is always processing, learning. So like I'm pulling this out of thin air. Something as simple as watching Law and Order. If you watch it every day, every episode every day, often, for years, you're going to understand law a little better than someone that's never studied any law anywhere ever. And that's only because your brain picks up these things and you learn little things. Now it's a TV show. It's not fully fact with everything. But what I'm saying is that every day you hear everything. You can't turn off your ears. Even if you don't consciously take it, you subconsciously register everything you interact with. So the more experiences you have doing different things, when it comes time to actually try to do them, your body will be a little, just that much more comfortable at doing it. You'll have that much more confidence. You'll take more chances, which will allow you to try and extend your imagination to do more things. I think all these things kind of add up to talent. Like Michael Jordan had an amazing talent as a basketball. Like, I'll just use Muhammad Ali. He had a lot of great talent as a boxer. I'm switching again. Roy Jones. Pure talent. Pure talent. Now, he had some boxing basics to complement his talent and what he's able to do. But what he's able to do, there's a reason he's able to do it, is because he's been doing that. His own style, his own way of doing things. He's been doing that since a young age. Where if you've not grown up trying to do this and now you come in here trying to beat Roy Jones, you can't do that. You can't fight like that because he fights like that. He does that. And he can get away with it because he's in great shape. He understands boxing and he's practiced it millions of times. So when punches come, he doesn't have to think about trying to do these things. He just and he practices those over. He practices that style. He doesn't wait till he gets tired and then he's like, I'm gonna dry my hands and go. No, he's doing that the whole time. He trains to do that. So if you want to get great at anything, practice. The more you practice, the more you're willing to go through, the better you'll be at everyone around you. Your hard work will determine the talent you're able to acquire and use. Your imagination is really your talent. Muscle memory, your height and reach and all these things attribute to your talent as well. If you're just a freak and you're just 8 feet tall and just got crazy wingspan, John Jones Bones is a freak for 205 weight class. He's just ridiculous. He's got great talent, but he also works hard to back his talent up. Because when hard work beats talent, when talent doesn't want to work hard. I heard that from Forrest Griffin the first time, and I heard it years ago, and that stuck with me forever. So hard work beats talent when talent doesn't want to work hard. If you work hard and practice all the time, it'll back your talent up and you'll be able to do any sport, anything, anytime. And you got to keep it up and have a good coach. Get someone you trust and they're looking out for you. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like, please share. Please share my video, please. Especially if it helps you. And comment below, let me know what you think. Let's go check out some of my other videos. Holla at me. This is Marcus Robert Johnson here at Dat Boy Tweak 428. Get at me. Gotcha.